One unfortunate side effect of narcissistic and emotional abuse is depression. You can end up with depression during the relationship as well as after the relationship. It's not a weakness, it's biology. Prolonged emotional stress causes your brain chemistry to change. When it comes to narcissistic and emotional abuse, you go through so many different stressful situations, even down to their silent treatment, trying to work out why they're not talking to you, why they've disappeared on you. It's a very stressful environment to be in. You end up walking on eggshells around them, afraid to set them off, afraid to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. You end up with that stress response overload. Living with a narcissistic individual keeps your stress response switched on permanently. You do end up walking on eggshells 24/7, afraid of what mood they're going to come home in, or what mood they're going to wake up in, whether you say hello to them in the right way, what tone you use. Your body pumps out cortisol and adrenaline over and over and over, completely exhausting your system. And your brain can become addicted to these chemicals, even though they are unhealthy for you. There's the neurotransmitter disruption. The stress hormones throw your brain chemistry completely off, especially serotonin and dopamine, which control things like the mood you're having, the mood you're in, motivation, well-being. And the imbalance can pull you into depression. One of the most harmful things about this is because your moods are changing, because your motivation is lacking, a narcissistic individual will pick up on this and they will use it against you. They'll start accusing you of being lazy, you of being miserable, you of being crazy. And you start to believe that the very issues they're causing within you are down to you, not them. You believe that you've changed on them, that you've lost who you are as a person. And you kind of have. You do lose your identity around a narcissistic individual. And it all affects the brain structure. It all has an impact on the brain. Chronic stress affects the hippocampus, which regulates things like our memories. It's like a file for our memories, which is why sometimes we can't remember things, or we remember things, we can't quite remember the timeline of things. And then with the narcissist gaslighting on top, telling us that that didn't happen, you're imagining things. As your brain can't quite get to grips with things, you start to believe they're gaslighting over your reality. The prefrontal cortex is also affected, which manages decision-making skills, which can then make it incredibly challenging to make a decision around a narcissistic individual. As challenging as it is, because they can ask you something, you can give them your opinion and it's wrong. They can ask you to decide where you're going out for dinner and it's wrong. And it makes it very challenging to make a decision as it is, without the impact on the structure of your brain, which then also makes it even more challenging. And then they accuse you of being difficult, of being awkward, of not having an opinion, but you can't have one around them. Survivors often end up with brain fog, numbness, hopelessness, afraid to speak up, afraid to make a choice. And the depression kind of becomes a survival response. It's not laziness, it's not weakness, it's your brain literally trying to conserve energy and protect you under the constant emotional threat that you are in a narcissistic and emotionally abusive relationship. It can affect your amygdala, which heightens your sense of fear. This can trigger things such as anxiety, which can heighten depression. Sometimes the mental health symptoms that you are struggling from are due to the environment that you are in. There is ways to help recover from this. There is ways to help depression. People choose lots of different paths in life to deal with things like stress and depression. Some are healthy, some are unhealthy. People can get positively addicted and negatively addicted. People can get positively addicted to healthy things. They can get negatively addicted to healthy things. They can do too much, or they can get negatively addicted to negative things that are going to cause them harm. There are tablets that we can take that help with the chemicals, balance the chemicals out within our minds. But however, our minds do adapt. Our minds are quite clever. They do know how to adapt to these things. So the longer you take them, the more your mind thinks it doesn't have to produce certain chemicals that you actually do need to produce, and then you need to up the dosage. When it comes to things you can do, it's gentle physical activity. It's small steps to restore balance. It is literally putting one foot in front of the other, even when you don't feel like getting out of bed. It's finding something that motivates you to crawl out of that bed, to drag yourself up kicking and screaming, and just a simple task completed during the day, such as making the bed. It's about walking, stretching, gentle exercise to release those endorphins and boost serotonin and lift your mood in natural ways. Find the things in life that lift your mood naturally. Get creative, dancing, writing, singing, whatever it is for you. Life's stressful, so the cortisol is going to come anyway. You can be on a roll with something and it just goes wrong. That cortisol is going to hit. So it's about finding the things that give you those endorphins, that give you that dopamine to help restore balance. Mindfulness and resetting the nervous system. Mindfulness is things like thinking about how you are talking to yourself, because a narcissistic individual will program you to talk to yourself in a negative way. Then you can feel funny because you've kind of got two voices in your head, because you're talking to yourself negatively and then you've got another voice trying to tell you not to do that anymore. There can be deep breathing exercises, meditation, things calm the body and reduce the stress hormone over time. And then there's finding supportive habits and connections with genuine people. Sunlight increases vitamin D. Healthy doses, however, sunlight does increase vitamin D, which helps with mood regulation. Quality sleep can reset cortisol levels. Not always easy to achieve if you're struggling with things like CPTSD and depression, but it's finding the pattern that works for you. Eating things with omega-3, such as protein, such as eggs and meats, eating complex carbs, eating things like avocados to give you those healthy fats. And then it's things like eating berries to give you all the different vitamins and minerals that you need. And finding safe social connections to release that oxytocin, restoring trust and emotional safety. Depression from narcissistic and emotional abuse is a survival mode. It's not a flaw. With time, with self-care, with healthy boundaries, your brain can rebalance and you can restore that peace of mind once again. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of one-to-one slots available also, which is in the description. If you're looking for further reading, I have several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain. Healing from narcissistic and emotional abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery. I can't speak now. This is more journaling than reading. It's just got some prompts. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and Behind the Mask, the rise of a narcissist. If anyone is interested in any of those, they are all available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.